Hello, 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 dear viewers. What you're looking at here, apart from my ugly smiling mug, is the new digs. So, this little trinket up here, it says Hada min fadli Rabbi. This is apparently something that Prophet Solomon, peace be upon him, said. We say peace be upon him to all of the Imams who are the successors of Prophet Muhammad, as well as the Imams, quote unquote, who are the divinely appointed leaders, who are the successors of all the prophets. There is a tradition apparently that all of the prophets, peace be upon them all, had 12 successors. In any case, هذا من فضل ربي. All of this is from the grace of my Lord. You know that Solomon, peace be upon him, was given a kingdom, the likes of which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God the most glorious and the most high, in the Quran says there's Larry the Lizard up there. See, the thing with Larry the Lizard is, man, he's just not happy. He's like, look at him, he's trying to get over the ledge there. Where the hell is he gonna go, man? He's gonna be creeping out over there or some goddamn thing. And that's the whole thing. Like, he's never happy where he is. Now that's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's what Rush, the band Rush, the Canadian super band Rush, refers to as being restless and discontent. It's a beautiful line in Tom Sawyer. Beautiful song, by the way. I mean, I don't listen to pop music anymore, and I include heavy metal and death metal in that category as well, by the way. But I was hopeful but discontent. He knows that change is not permanent. Changes aren't permanent, but changes. There's a very interesting dichotomy of things going on, right? And that's why I refer to all such things as coming under the law of opposites. The law of opposites is just a crazy ass thing, man. Now, Imam Ali, on the one hand, said that two contradictory propositions, two propositions that are contradictory, one coming this way, the other coming this way, the twain shall not meet. One of them is wrong. But on the other hand, just think about what I'm going to say, viewer. It's a very profound thing. I got a really good example. That's why it'll hit home. Which is correct? Think before you act, or just do it. Are they contradictory propositions? Think before you act. Makes so much sense. But it's specific to the situation, right? Once you've thought it out, then you just do it, right? How about that? How about that? Look at those lovely cushions my wife gave me. My wife slash ex, based on her mood. Actually, that towel, the goddamn boss towel, man. Look at that thing, man. It's so large, I don't even have any place to put it ever. And then this stuff over here, she just picked up yesterday. She always thinks of me, right? She just comes around. You can see various smoking paraphernalia. See, this is the thing. People are like, why are you filming me? And it's like, why are you filming me? Why are you filming me? Okay, so why are you filming me? Alright, okay, boss. This is my whole thing, right? I gotta change, by the way. We're going out for a walk. I'm gonna show you the rest of the digs. Then we're gonna go through the forest, the fucking forest, which is why I'm living here. Then we're gonna go to Superstore, Shoppers Drug Mart, Shoppers Drug Mart, to get a. You know what? Before we do any of that shit, let me just go out for a smoke, man. I need a smoke so bad, man. So, and you know what? And this goddamn thing is perfect. I just realized it's perfect. I got no one to talk to. I'm talking to you, dear viewer. You might be that kid in 2062. You're my favorite fucking guy. Because maybe by then you'll see that everything I've been preaching is true. Like, I don't think I'm a man ahead of my times. I think I'm like to the side of the times or some shit. Behind the times? I'd love to be considered behind the times in the sense of living along the lines of those great and noble personages of the past. Anyhow, so we're gonna go to Shoppers Drug Mart. I got a beautiful pair of Kermit the Frog fucking earphones. Kermit the Frog earphones, man. They were the bomb. They were so incredible, and they were incredibly cheap too. They were just $10. They were $20 earphones for $10. All I got left were these little things that you put on the end of them. They stick inside your ear, and I got some interesting coins in here too. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm avoiding something with this video, man. I feel like there's something I should be attending to. Actually, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you about it. I was saying, like, the law of transparency as well. Is what, law of transparency basically is that I don't give a fuck who knows nothing about me, whatever. That kind of bullshit. Do you understand what I just said? It didn't make any goddamn sense, but I'm sure you got it. So why should we get stuck up on the grammar? Why should we get stuck up on the grammar? I get stuck up on the grammar because I try and maintain immaculate English. This shit doesn't just happen, man. Nothing just happens. Remember that in the world of human affairs, nothing just happens. You know, if you're a kid and you're exceptionally fast at running, your other kids don't run fast, you might say, well, that just happened. This kid was born with a good body and he runs fast and all this kind of stuff. You know what? If you are the kind of person that wants to have that kind of argument, I'll have that shit with you. Mano a mano. I'm not going to blather on about it on my video about the new digs. But let me just answer that one. I don't know what the answer is. I kid you not. Why do some kids run fast? Why do some kids run slow? Here's the thing. That kid can run fast. But does that kid run fast? Does every kid that has the physiology to be able to run fast, run fast? Think about what I just said. He needs to want to run fast. Yeah, he needs to know he can run fast. Basically, and all that stuff is a great mystery. So don't look here for answers to that stuff. The law of transparency, it's like Obama. He wants a transparent administration. Everyone talks about transparency, and then we're so anal about privacy. Oh, this and all that. I don't give a shit about nothing, man. You can bring anyone in here at any point in time. I have zigzag papers lying about. My Russian landlady came in, and, you know, now she knows I smoke weed. So fucking what, man? So fucking what? Anyhow, I'm getting aggressive because, I mean, I don't know. Because of people. Because of goddamn people, right? And let's go have this smoke. Maybe that will calm me down. I just feel like there's something I'm forgetting in this whole thing, man. It's all people. The whole thing is this. If you feel like there's something you're forgetting, it's not to do with yourself. It's to do with someone else. It's Darwin, my goddamn ex-boss from Computer. Can you believe this bullshit, man? Poor guy fires me. Poor guy fires me. He had to, man. I'm like, I didn't want to work there, man. I was basically swearing and all this kind of bullshit, calling him a shitty manager or whatever, man. Guy's so kind. He pulls me into the office and he's like, listen, man. he's trying to basically like damage control because he knows how good I am and they know how good I am at lead generation. I'm the best fucking guy in the world at lead generation. I'll just say that shit right now. I just realized this stuff after working for Computer. I'm the best fucking guy in the world. Lead generation means if you want to initiate contact with a prospect or a suspect is really what it is. A prospect is someone who you have initiated contact with. That's what I would say. Or at least you've defined certain criteria what that guy slips into, fits into. You've established some kind of something about that guy. Suspect is fucking anyone on planet Earth, I guess. Or you might say, is he capable of buying or not? But then once again, you're getting sidetracked by stupid stuff. The point is not to define some kind of bullshit scale of categorizations. It's to sell something to someone, right? It's to touch base with the correct message in the correct way with the correct approach and see if there's interest. That's the thing that most people don't understand. I can't force you to be interested. That's just it. Now I can create an environment, explain shit to you, allow you to absorb the information, but I can't force you to be interested, nor can I force you to decide. These are the two things, man. Interest and decision. You gotta let your customer and your prospect just fucking make up their own mind about that shit, man. That's why I say that, you know what? Like, fucking lead generation, the way it's done, versus the way it should be, it's just like everything else, man. I'm really beginning to understand this whole stuff about, like, alright, so here's, like, check this place out. I was living in a goddamn box before, a goddamn box, right? And then this place is like, the kitchen is, if I can turn on the light in here, goddamn kitchen, it's like there's switches everywhere. It's like this big haunted house, man. Look at this place. It's out of control, man. It's out of freaking control, man. I was telling some of my ex-roommates, I was like, the whole of my, and it's coin operated, by the way. The lady here is very, very smart, right? So she's like, when I had just normal stuff, people would just throw in, like, you know, it's so unwrapped and stuff. She's like, when I had normal stuff, gotta do the dishes. Should I or should I not? Big question. I don't think I should, man. I'll just see what happens. So, you know, when I had proper, what is it? Washer. And, what happened is people would just throw in 2 pairs of underwear and, like, do a wash that way. So I've stacked up some books here. Look at this stuff, man. Like, here's the thing. I suffered for a month or 2 where I had nothing, man. I had nothing. I had to pick up some relic little table, right, just to be able to put stuff on. And I carry that stuff with me now. I'm proud of that shit, man. I'm fucking proud of being poor, man. Look at this stuff. I needed a drawer. God gave me a drawer. Then God gave me this thing. This thing is awesome, by the way. And I got one of these smokes poutineery things over here, too. Check it. I know I need to get going because I need to actually pick up some money for my lady upstairs. But you know what? I just got to have the smoke, man. So here's Here's the digs on my side. And then over here we've got some girl called Tamara is going to be moving in here. Some girl called Tamara. Hey Tamara, I hope you don't see this video and are thinking, my God, what is this freaky, insane man or semi-insane man doing in my room, man? Fuck, is this going to be me and Tamara, some unknown lady called Tamara in here for a fucking month? What the hell do you think is going to happen, viewer? Fuck yeah, I'll report back to you on that shit. Don't worry about it. Alright, so bit of darkness. It's already 10 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Now this room is a $700 room. My wife Judith and I, when we lived in Brampton, we lived in a basement. And this, by the way, this is one of those things where this to me is a sign from God. You'll be like, what are you talking about? I've only seen 2 desks like this in my entire life. The previous one was mine. I lugged that shit around from Scarborough to Etobicoke, I guess, where I was living in a fucking like at least $600,000, if not $1 million fucking condo with Daniela Chera. Mark Brook Lane, there's these 2 beautiful freaking salmon pink buildings, man, like marble fountains, the fucking works, man. Like, what is it, sauna, whirlpool, swimming pool, fucking squash racket courts or some shit. I didn't even realize we're there until way down the line. But this desk is identical to the fucking one I had, apart from the fact that that one didn't have drawers, man. And here I am again. It's like, for instance, here's one I was telling my mum about yesterday. These are the things, though. These are the things. You'd be like, what the hell kind of nonsense is this? I'll try and remember it as I go up the stairs. It's very interesting shit. So we're out here, and this, there's sensors down there and all this kind of rubbish. Doesn't seem to be a sensor here. I don't know, viewer. You might as well see this shit too. Here's the bathroom, right? And let's see if we can keep the light operating as we come out here. And separate entrance. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a fucking bomb, man. It's a bomb. So what I was telling my mom was, I tell people all the time, nobody does it. Nobody does it. There's a very interesting book called The Art of Navigation. It's by a guy called Felix Wolf. And I would say something like he claims to be a student of Carlos-Castaneda's, but really there's very little doubt in my mind after having read his book that he actually was a student of Castaneda's. Beautiful backyard. I want to take you out over there if we get to. I mean, I don't know. Like, this is still new territory for me. Like, I almost don't want to walk past this window for fear of the fact that someone might be looking out thinking, what is that guy doing there? He's not going to be there. That's my landlady, and she lives upstairs with her 2 sons, and I think her daughter too, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm paying like, just to give you an idea, I'm paying like $525, let's say. And I was paying like $395 at my last place. Any comparison between the two? Absolutely no fucking comparison, apart from they're both called houses or rooms. Obviously there are other comparisons, but you get the gist of it, dear viewer. Now, you might think I'm a bit frenetic or energetic if you're watching this video. I'll tell you something, friend. Like, compared to yesterday or the day before, some of these days, I'm doing much fucking better today. Thank God. Thank God, first of all. But the thing is, because I've had all morning and all night to unwind without people. It's fucking people. I was telling my friend Empress today. Fucking people drive me nuts, right? And then call me crazy, right? That's all it is. See, how that works is this. It's mind vibes. You'll be like, oh my God, he's talking crazy again. I'll be talking about the creation of the universe or some shit, or this thing called the multiverse that fucking so-called scientists talk about. You see, the thing is this. How can you call it science when... I was going to say when it's just hypothetical or some nonsensical garbage that you pulled out of your imaginings. That's not scientific. But then I realized that, oh, well, they would come back and say, well, that is science. In fact, science is merely a description of reality, and we have different descriptions, and we start with, you have proofs, and then, you just get to an ever more closer approximation of reality or some bullshit like that. There's nothing like that, man. It's just descriptions, and yes, they work. They've allowed us to build a good world and all this kind of rubbish, but I'm getting sidetracked again. It doesn't matter. There is no multiverse. I'll just be honest with you. It's bullshit. The concept that there's an infinite number of universes with an infinite number of you and an infinite number of variation of things you could be doing right now, it goes on and on. It's just garbage. And they fucking have conferences over this shit. Can you believe that? This is what they're doing with your grant money, motherfuckers. If any government folks or higher ed folks are watching. Nonsensical ramblings. I said in another vlog, video log, I said, well, listen, Yahudu ma'al kha'idin, something like that, the Quran says, wading with those who wade. It's a post I haven't even put up yet, man. It's me at City Hall. I'm gonna call it something like something Nathan Phillips Square or something City Hall, right? It'll be pretty recent. It'll be, pretty close to this one if you're watching this and you want to see what's up with that one. Anyhow, I had this girl called Selena, total side note. She left a note on my blog, a comment. Now I put up a little spiel asking for comments, among other things, and telling people to visit my blog and all this kind of rubbish. On my YouTube channel, I said comments are so appreciated that if you only knew, you would put them up there. I should put something like that on my blog itself. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I don't care, man. There's so many things you can and should do that really, they're all rubbish. The things you should focus on are things that you shouldn't do. Don't you understand that, man? That's what religion is. It's like Don Juan's... I know I'm going around in circles, and I'm not going anywhere, actually. I need to be getting out to Superstore to get a fucking bank card, because mine got retracted by my ATM machine. Can you believe that? Don't leave your card in there too long, folks, counting your money or whatever. Fucking thing will just eat your card. So, Don Juan said something, I forget. I was coming up the stairs and in the room talking about the map, right? See, I'm living in my own world, don't you understand? People say the past is not important. Of course it's fucking important. It's a reference point. That's the only importance. It's a reference point. You go into it, you grab all the energy you left behind, you learn about yourself, you relive your life. You savor it in a different way. It's peculiar and it's intense and it's immense and it's one of those little things that nobody knows about. Our seventh Imam, peace be upon him, says that in Arabic it's called ihtisab. Hisab means accounting. Ihtisab is accounting, but it's like self-accounting, I guess. And it's something, there's a beautiful saying something to the effect of this. Now that you know the word ihtisab, it's something like, or hisab, it's ihtasibu qabla an tuhsibu, something like that. Oh God, I got it totally wrong. But take account of yourself before your account is taken. Amazing. Amazing stuff. That's why I live a transparent life, pretty much. For example, I don't, but let's say. So I've taken account of fucking everything I have, everything I've done, everything I'm saying, everything, whatever. I have a rationale behind it. No one can touch me. No fucking fucker can touch me. I don't care if like space aliens descend or CSIS or RCMP or my landlady or whatever. What are you doing smoking out here? Well, landlady, it says in the contract I can smoke outside. That's exactly what I'm doing. Why are you ranting? Well, I'm a vlogger. I'm a fucking vlogger. Or a filmer, I like to call myself. Anyhow. Are you tired of watching my dumb mug bobbing about, dear viewer? Because my dumb mug is getting tired of like craning to stay in the frame, right? Coming up the stairs from the desk, I said, or I was trying to tell you about Simi and Aman. Aman was a very cool guy at Oracle where I worked who gave me some invaluable advice. I had never met anyone called Aman before, and I was not familiar with that name prior to meeting Aman at Oracle. After leaving Oracle, I moved into a basement suite with my wife. The gentleman in there, his name was Aman. Okay? You think that's pretty profound? No, it's not very profound at all, unless you think it is. Point is, Don Juan, Carlos-Castaneda's mentor, Carlos-Castaneda, for fuck's sake, somebody read about that guy. Read him, please read him, please read him. Forget about Islam, forget about me. Forget about Islam, I'll say it. God forgive me if I said something wrong when I say forget about Islam. I'm hoping that you'll realize that Castaneda comes within the context of Islam in my mind. A warrior doesn't do anything without a sign. He says, nothing. Fucking nothing, man. I don't do nothing without signs, man. Like right now, my cigar is pointing back down. Can you believe that? That's a sign for me to go. You'd be like, but you just pointed it yourself. I don't care what you think. I just told you what's what. Either you agree or you disagree, or you have an opinion, or you don't care, or you do. I'm just telling you what is on my mind. Aman, and then the second Aman. Aman at Oracle, his name was Aman Sood. There was also a lady there by the name of Simi Sood. Simi Sood at Oracle, and she was a kick-ass sales rep. Okay, so here's the thing. I'd never met a Simi either, or heard that name, and the previous landlord from which I moved into the next landlord, whose name was Aman, his daughter was called Simi. So that tells me I'm in the right place doing the right thing, right? Alright? Alright. So, I know that I got, because now what I do with this stuff, I can talk to you, right? Then I upload the video. And then, this, by the way, is my new barbell, right? My new barbell. I can do about 15 with them. I want to get up to like 25, 35, 45. By the time I'm doing like 35, if I ever get that much, I'll have fucking biceps like Schwarzenegger. I have the best body I've ever dreamt about, seriously. Like, I'm almost beginning to look like Van Damme, seriously, like my chest and everything. It's because I do constant push-ups. There's two things. One thing, really. Well, two, let's say. You gotta be obviously regular, right? That goes without saying. You can't go to the gym once and knock yourself silly and then just like be bedridden for 3 weeks and expect to grow muscles that way. On the other hand, I fucking locked myself out. And so now I'm gonna have to go and I locked myself out. Can you believe I locked myself out? I just moved in here and I fucking locked myself out. This fucking sucks, man. Alright, I'm gonna have to knock on the door, man. This fucking sucks. But this is called adventuring. This is life 101. It's called adventuring. And there comes a neighbor and he's loading up his like little, what is it? He'll be like, listen, why are you filming me? I want my privacy and all this kind of rubbish. I hope he doesn't say that, man, because I don't want to get in a fight, like first day on the block or whatever. But this is a Canadiana, man. The guy's going fishing or something. Actually, no, he's a landscaper or something like that. Hello, sir. I hope you don't mind. I just kind of coming through. I'm a vlogger. I make video logs, and I kind of caught your truck on there. I hope you don't mind. So I got to knock on the door now and see if Lana's gonna let me in, man. I freaking locked myself out on the first day, man. How stupid can you get? Not much more stupider. Nice little alcove. Nice thing once again is that I got a separate entrance. I don't even know if these guys are home, man. See, this is like the adventures of life, man. You'll be like, what are you gonna do if you can't? Nothing, man. I'm gonna put these shoes on and I'm gonna go for a walk in the forest, man. Then I'll be like, Lana, this is what. Oh, here we go. Ah, she's not here. I can tell. The lights are off, right? So I'm going to text her or something, or maybe I won't text her. But I am going to go for that walk, man. Seems like a great idea. I wanted to show you the trail more than anything else. I mean, superstore is superstore, shoppers is shoppers. But in any case, looking for signs, right? Looking for signs. And it basically, the whole thing is predicated around purpose. There's a purpose, there's a meaning, there's a reason, right? And then these guys, the atheists, they'll be like, well, everything is random, right? We're just here. And that tree that sprouted up, it just basically, I was talking about it the other day and I didn't finish off my thought. What they'll say is that, well, this tree is essentially it's a random occurrence. It just sprouted out of the ground, and the reason it formed leaves is to protect itself from the sun or whatever. The reason it has a trunk is to shoot the leaves up. And the thing is, what they're saying is that this tree reacted to the environment, the sky and the earth and all this kind of stuff, and that's why it's duly proportioned and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, is there something to that argument? Certainly. Is that the way they say it? No. It's like I gotta basically, elucidate or delineate these guys' own arguments in order for them to get them to think about it. Because people say stuff and they don't even think about what they're saying. It's like my buddy Arcady. I mentioned him in another vlog. He was a security guard with me and Dennis, right? And Dennis Mikhailov, he's on my my blog. He's a great man. He's one of the only like two people in Toronto, as far as I can tell, who are more intelligent than me. That might seem like a grossly arrogant statement, but I'll say at least there's a handful of people that I consider more intelligent than me, and that's really what it's all about. And it's not something that you're given at birth. You know, there's a saying of our 60 Imam, peace be upon him, and his family, and he's the great grandson. What a beautiful neighborhood, huh? All pieced out. Because the weather, right? People see the clouds and are like, and they stay inside. I see the clouds and I'm like, and I stay inside. But when you come outside, it's magical, man. So many things in life are like that. At first appearance, they're like, ugh. But when you do them, you're like, my God. Not only are they great, but they're great to the proportion. They're great in direct proportion to how averse you were to them to begin with, if that makes any sense. How averse you were to the thought of them. So it's the law of opposites. There's the law of opposites. There's the law of transparency. there's the law of attraction, which comes under the law of opposites. The law of attraction says, the real law of attraction says, the more you try and do something, so I won't get the guy's plate. Like, I had some lady come out the other day and she was like, hey man, she was like, why are you filming my car, man? She's like, I was like, why do you take a picture of my legs or something? I was like, I like cars, man. And I showed her a picture of like there's a Merc or a Beamer or something in that car park. And she starts reaming me out, man. And I was like, okay, lady, don't worry about it. I deleted the stuff. She's like, listen, you want a Lex, or you like Lexus, go to a showroom. I'm sorry to say that was a fucking Jewish comment. I'm sorry. I'm not a Jew hater. One of my best, if not the best buddy in my life is a gentleman by the name of Oleg Ginsburg. Oleg. Oleg is how you say it in Russian, right? And he taught us stuff like, Bejidov spasai Rusiu. Beat the Jews, save Russia. It's like fucking having fun, man. That's what they used to say, and we used to have fun about that stuff. We used to call him Yevrei, which means Jew. Who cares, man? If someone calls me a sand nigger, and he's a buddy, and he says it in a jesting tone. So here we go, like literally, there's my street around the corner, and here is like one of the most amazing trails you've ever seen in your life. So basically it goes north and south. I'm at basically Don Mills, rather Dufferin in Steeles right now, if anyone's interested in Toronto freaking geography, or if there are any Torontonians that happen upon this obscure clip. And I'm rambling, just rambling and rambling and rambling. I remember I was quoting Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him. I don't even know what he was saying. I'm just so lost. You'll be like, why are you so lost? Man, there's so many reasons. The main reason is this. It's one of intelligence. It's what Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him, said. He said, listen, there's 70 armies of intelligence, and there's 70 armies of ignorance. 70 armies. 70 armies. Then he lists them. I mean, of course, like things like generosity and honesty and all this kind of stuff, right? What else? Generosity, honesty, loyalty, right? Perseverance, determination, all the good qualities all come under intelligence. Why? Because if you're intelligent, you have all those qualities. The more intelligent you are, to the extent that you're intelligent, you'll have all good qualities. And, the reason you work hard is not because you're a hard worker or something. It's because in your brain you know that not to work hard is to create fucking pain and suffering. That's really all it is. And then the thing of ignorance. Ignorance has 70 armies too, because God is just and he's created everything in opposites. So going back to the atheist, right? Arcady. Now, the sixth Imam, peace be upon him, just to finish off that thought, he said, well, listen, pray to God, pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God the most glorified and the most high, and I might as well explain. I'm going to start explaining until I think it's obvious, and I don't know if it's ever going to be obvious, so maybe I should explain every time I say Allah. It's just God with a big G, okay? God with a big G. Christian Arabs say Allah, they mean God, okay? Jewish Arabs say Allah, they mean God. So the sixth Imam said, pray to God that your intelligence is completed, is perfected, right? So that's all it is, and therefore intelligence is a variable. It's like basically there's something like that I like to refer to as thinking versus being thought. Okay, so today we're going to go exploring, right? So this way, left is south, like anyone cares. Apart from me, and there's a bridge over there. We'll go see the bridge, and then we're gonna go north. Cause I've not been there, man. I ain't going for a fucking walk to Steeles with no money, man. Why the hell am I gonna show up like this in public? Look at me, man. In my fucking jammies, man. But who cares? I don't give a shit, man. This is what kids do. Goddamn things get dirty. That's why I got a washing machine for, right? And I'm not worried about like people. I fucking came out to have a smoke, and I'm gonna have one here on the bridge too. Probably some person's gonna pass and think I'm a fucking idiot. But when he sees me with the camera, he'll be like, oh, something else, something's going on here. I get to rant to you guys, and I get to work out all this catharsis, and I'm already at 30 fucking minutes, man. 30 minutes, man. It just flew right by. I was at 10 minutes ago. I was at 10 minutes, it seemed like a few minutes ago. Look at this stuff, man. This is why I moved here. You'll be like, oh, you're so lucky you live next to such a beautiful... I was sitting there having lunch the other day. Like right around the corner, just sitting there on the steps, and in fact, I might as well show you. It's like so bizarre. Like, you can find all kinds of interesting stuff in the world, man. Fucking world, and people are like, life is shit, man. Life is shit. It's like, The guy from Suicidal Tendencies, I think his name is Mike Muir, he sings at one point in the song Captain Stupid, right? The song Captain Stupid is about the ego. It's about enoughs. The, what is it? The egoistic self, man. Egoistic self. You'll be like, what the hell kind of nonsense is that? I'll be like, listen, why is man the only creature who is self-destructive? He's got self-destructive tendencies. And essentially, if they're let loose, you're gonna not just suffer, but you're gonna fucking destroy yourself and others and the world, everything, man. At the very least, you're gonna be mildly bored, right? All right, we're gonna try and jump onto that. Oh my God, here we go. It's, what is it? Buck Rogers, right? Fucking Buck Rogers. There we go. The thing is, I can do this shit because I'm in here all the time, man. I'm a fucking naturalist, man. Like, the kind of life I live, I look like a goddamn idiot to most people. But the kind of life I lead, like, most people can't even fucking fathom it. So I was sitting here, somewhere along here, and look at this shit, man. It's a culvert over there, and then it's like there, and then it goes down there. And this is just one of an infinite number of fucking spots, man. It's like, what the hell are you gonna do, man? The world, says Don Juan, is infinitely mysterious, essentially. Everyone knows it. But for most people, it's just words that we say. He says to Castaneda, listen, man, he's like, my interest is simply to show you or to convince you how amazing it is. And that we're never going to have time to appreciate it in its entirety. I keep taking this thing on and taking it off. This is a gorgeous little thing. This is from my street days. I was telling someone on the train yesterday, like, I'll get on the train and I'll just start fucking ranting, man. If I got my phone